Hi, everybody. Bill Phillips here on a Thursday morning. Hopefully your day's off to a great start. Hopefully you're having a great day. We've had hot, humid weather. Apparently that's going to change this weekend. We're supposed to get rid of the humidity. Nice high pressure, a little cooling off for everybody for a little bit. Then I'm sure it'll ramp up the heat again at the end of the month. But you are with us on the 9-Minute Phill-Up. Greatly appreciate everybody stopping by. Ed Sullivan, Sunday Best. Why is that the description for the show today? Well, that's what I watched last night. It was an interesting show, Ed Sullivan. And I know there's a lot of people out there that know Ed Sullivan. Everybody does the impressions, a really big show. Ed Sullivan, and he has the Ed Sullivan Theater, which Colbert is currently residing in until he leaves. David Letterman did late night there with David Letterman for a long, long time, and the Ed Sullivan Theater, historic New York theater, and he was born in Harlem. And Ed Sullivan was there for 23 years as the host of the Ed Sullivan Show. And the interesting thing of the show that I watched Sunday Best was how he was really at the forefront of civil rights and giving people an opportunity to show their talents and not let your skin color have any issues with who was on TV, why they're on TV. If he thought you were a good act, that's what they were going to do. So we'll talk a little Ed Sullivan Sunday Best, just a show that I think if you have an opportunity to watch it, you want to check it out. One thing we want to do always is give a lot of love to Valley Converting, because we can't thank them enough for all that they do with their paper recycling projects in the gem city of Toronto, Ohio, and they just do a great job. If you have any paper products you need recycled, maybe you have some medical bills, some tax bills, some credit card statements you don't want anyone to see, take them up to Valley Converting. They'll take care of you. Give them a call. Mike Biasi and the crew in Toronto.
Every piece of paper has a story. What if that story didn't end when you were done with it?
At Valley Converting, we turn your old paper products into recycled paperboard, continuing the story.
Locally owned and operated in Toronto, Ohio, bringing your paper to Valley Converting isn't just about recycling.
It's about supporting a cleaner, greener future for all of us.
We are here 5 days a week to help you make some green by going green.
And remember,
recycle for your future.
I want to thank everybody at Valley Converting for all that they do. Again, if you have paper products you need recycle, give them a new life. Recycle, give them a new life. Take it to Valley Converting. Ask for Mike. He'll take care of you. He'll get his crew after it, and we'll be happy to take care of you. All right, I put my glasses on. I can't see anymore. All right, here we go. Hello from Boston. Wow. You were in New York? Yes. Were you in New York? Marty, you were in New York yesterday, weren't you? Now you're in Boston. Now I know that's a short drive. Everybody that gets all excited, I was in New York City. Now I'm in Boston. That's basically a 4-hour drive from city to city, because I grew up in the middle of Connecticut. Well, it depends on what road you took. Are you going 84? What did you do? But it's about 2 hours from where I live. It's 2 hours to Boston, 2 hours from Knox, about a 4-hour trip. But getting around on the East Coast, I love it. Good. Boston, great. Marty, if you have a chance, or if anybody goes to Boston, and I did this way, but I think I was in 5th grade when, it was laid out. They may have added to it. I'm not sure. But the Freedom Trail in Boston, just follow it. Go for a walk on the Freedom Trail. It's absolutely outstanding. So it's a lot of fun. You Paul Revere, the North Church. You go and see places. There we go. Marty went 84. You went right through. You went right past my exit from my hometown in Farmington. Right there. All right, Marty. 84. Well, know that road like the back of my hand. So I'll tell you what, New York City and Boston in the same trip. Let's go. Let's go. That's good stuff. Debbie checking in from Macedonia, Ohio. There you go. All right, Debbie. Welcome. That's up near, I want to say that's up near Twinsburg, Cleveland area. So thank you for checking in. We greatly appreciate it. How's everything going in Macedonia, Ohio? Let's see. I'm going to go back up to your, okay, Marty's checking in from Boston. Brian, almost the weekend. Marty, road trip. Feel bad when you have to get up so early to do the news. I do too, but you kind of get used to it. Kind of get used to it. Yeah. Well, all right. There you go. Yeah. Yeah. Pretty much. You get used to it. You got to do it. There you go. I don't know about the cheaper gas. Seems like it. Anyways, good road trip. Boston and New York. So anyway, one of the things that I wanted to mention, I don't know if anyone was an Ed Sullivan fan out there or is of the age where you could have seen the Ed Sullivan show. I may have been old enough to see it, but I don't remember it really. But I was talking about Sunday Best, and it was just interesting. I had no idea. And this, if you want to watch it, it's a show about Ed Sullivan. It's not necessarily a full blown. Yeah, I mean they touch on everything from he grew up. He was born in Harlem, grew up a city kid, and ended up being a writer actually for the sports page for the paper that he worked for, sports editor, and would cover a lot of events doing the sports. And then he started to host different variety shows and dance competitions, and he had I think it was a dance competition in Madison Square Garden that it was actually on TV, and he hosted it. And CBS decided they liked him and wanted to make him the permanent host for the show that they were thinking about running. All right, let's see. Colonel will be in Boston later today. Oh, you're the Colonel. A salute for me. The Colonel. All right. Well, hopefully you guys are going to get after some tremendous seafood, because I'll tell you what, Boston's going to bring the heat with the seafood. So if you like seafood, you're in the right place. I've only been to Fenway Park once, believe it or not. But what a place. So if you're going to go catch a ball game, you want to go the history of it. And it's just a great setup, and Boston's a great town. Lots and lots and lots of history. All right, here we go. Ed Sullivan did good things for minorities, hence the documentary had many minority acts on the show. Yeah, that's what I was gonna get to on the show last night. And I was literally flipping around looking for something to watch last night. It was already past my bedtime. Should have gone to bed. But I was flipping around and I'm like, Ed Sullivan, Sunday Best. Yeah, all right. We'll give it a shot. I watched I think I read the info on it and then watched the trailer. And it talked about that. It talked about how he was, just, a good guy that wanted everybody to have the opportunity to do their best and have an opportunity to do it on the biggest stage if they deserve to. Watched the documentary, thought it was fantastic. Didn't know Sullivan was a sports journalist, and slammed NYU for benching a black player. Absolutely, and that was he talks about it, and he goes, if you're going to move the Mason-Dixon line north, then don't play the game. And so he took a stance, and then he took a stance when he wanted to have Harry Belafonte on, and CBS was like, no, we're not going to do that. And then basically Sullivan said, yes, we are. And they had a meeting and then went to Belafonte and said, hey, we're going to have you on the show. And just there was a little note at the end of it. He had done 1,100 shows and 10,000 acts were on the show. He picked, allegedly, I'm sure he had some help, but he basically approved all the acts. 10,000, and he went with the best entertainers, and that's what he did. And so he didn't see, he just wanted everybody to have an equal chance. His father, I guess, set that in him. His father, he said, if his dad had a stance on something and someone went against it, forget it. His dad wasn't going to back down, especially if it was going to hurt somebody else. When does the high school football preview start? That should be ramping up any moment now. We've already done the high school football preview show for Sports Friday on the Go, so you can look at that. We already had some interviews, I'm sure, on the website. But in terms of being out there for the practices and everything, that would have started this week because everybody really getting, ramped up this week. So they should be coming up hot and heavy pretty soon. Hot and heavy, if not today. Harry Belafonte portion of the documentary was influential. Absolutely. I thought it was a great show. And if anybody that hasn't seen it and wants to learn, you can find history all kinds of different places. You maybe pick up a magazine. You're like, oh, I didn't know this article was in here. You read the article and think, oh, okay. And then you back it up, go and find something else about it. But like I said yesterday, I literally was just looking for something to watch. And I saw the Ed Sullivan show and Sunday Best on Netflix. And I thought, all right. And it was great. I really enjoyed it. Thought it was very well done. And I remember the interview that they were talking about in the show where they were asking about his what he would do if he didn't do the show anymore. And he was like, I'm not sure. And he lived in a hotel and with his wife, and so they didn't have a lot of room. So any things that he kept were, very, very important to him. So it was just a very interesting piece, some history, and just how influential he was. And it was just very, very interesting show. And if you have an opportunity, do yourself a favor, watch it. Or if you don't have Netflix, if you know someone that does, favorite performance from the Ed Sullivan documentary. Ooh. Well, and I had heard this before. It wasn't a performance, but Nat King Cole, when they talked about him being attacked in Birmingham, Alabama, on the stage, and that was a big part of the story. But I'll tell you what, James Brown was great. The two songs I think they showed two songs from him. There were so many greats, and apparently his favorite was Diana Ross and the Supremes. They were just the Supremes at that point, but it's just an interesting show. Interesting show. Thank you very much, Sean. Greatly appreciate it. Thank you for the kind words. I greatly appreciate it. Now, before we go, because we talk all day about Ed Sullivan, but if you have a chance, watch a show on Netflix called Sunday Best. But we got to talk about our national days. We've got three. We have an intern national day. Didn't know that was the thing. If you're an intern working at a job, you have your day today. Not that anybody's going to listen to. No, I'm just kidding. But there's National Intern Day, National Avocado Day. Avocados. I like them in the guac. Mix them up with the guac. Just having the avocado by itself. I know my dad. Oh my goodness. I was watching. He likes to make. He's got this whole thing. He'll make his eggs, and he's just doing the eggs, and then cuts avocados in half, and then he puts olive oil on the avocados. It's like a piece of art before he's done actually, getting ready to eat the stuff. But he loves his avocados. This would be a big day for him. I don't think any will be on sale though. So the avocado day, was David Letterman filmed Ed Sullivan? Yes, he was. Yep. For when he went to CBS, it was at the Ed Sullivan Theater. When he was working for NBC, it was at 30 Rock in the building. But when he went to CBS, he was in the Ed Sullivan Theater, and now Carell is in the Ed Sullivan Theater until apparently they're doing away with his show. So, but Letterman was there for a long time. I always talked about how cold it was in the theater, but the theater with a lot of history to it, a lot of history. National Chili Dog Day. Speaking of chili, little chili dog. I had some hot dogs last night. Made them on the grill. Got to say, I thought they were pretty good. Went with the Nathan's. So if I have to go in any type of a hot dog eating contest, I'm ready to go. But they were pretty good. Put a little done up onion on there, cheese on it. It was a pretty good day. National Mutt Day. If you have a dog or looking for a dog, if you want Mutt Day is to get people out there and try and do, take care of the animals that are maybe in the shelter. Maybe they're mutts and people are, I don't want a mutt. They're great dogs. They're great dogs. And if you have an opportunity and you have the time and you have the space, maybe give it a thought. So it's National Mutt Day. And then to celebrate your chili dog, have a raspberry cake because it's Raspberry Cake Day. Raspberry Cake Day. John Michael checking in. Favorite performance was Bo Diddley. Yeah, Bo Diddley was really good. And then Ray Charles. Yeah, Ray Charles was like an afterthought to Billy Preston. Great tune too, by the way. That was really, really good. Yeah, anytime you get Ray Charles, on anything, yeah, it was a lot of good stuff. A lot of good stuff. And Louis Armstrong, he seemed like he always had a good time with Ed Sullivan. So just a very interesting show. If you have an opportunity, watch it. Sunday Best. It's about Ed Sullivan, the show that really was groundbreaking at the time. All right, so you have a couple birthdays to talk about. Let's see, Kurt Gowdy, the Cowboy. Speaking of Marty in Boston, Kurt Gowdy used to do Boston Red Sox games. Called him the Cowboy because he always had a cowboy hat on. Great play-by-play sports guy. 1919 to 2006. Mark Cuban, Shark Tank, owner of the Dallas Mavericks when they won the world title. Pirates fans in Pittsburgh, hoping that somehow the native son of Pittsburgh would come back and buy the Pirates because he would definitely put the money in to try and win. Not that Bob Nutting isn't trying to win, but it doesn't really seem like it. He was born in 1958, Mark Cuban. And Zach Brown, great performer. Zach Brown Band. He's putting his toes in the sand. So great performer. I've seen him in concert a couple times. Great shows. And so those are your national days and some of the birthdays that grace this day, the final day of July 31st, 2025. So want to thank everybody for joining us. Can't thank you enough. Can't thank Valley Converting enough. We're getting ready for the weekend. Well, I'm always getting ready for the weekend. As soon as Sunday ends, I'm already getting ready for the weekend. But again, just something I just figured something different to talk about because I just really enjoyed the show. If you want to take a look at it, please do. And let us know if you don't like the show. Let us know. Say, hey, Billy, you're off your nut. You should have not recommended the show, but I think you're going to like it if you watch it, if you take a look at it. Anyways, remember the 2 rules, everybody. 2 rules: have fun and always try your best. If you're doing those 2 things, who's going to get mad at you? I'm not. All right, everybody. We'll see you next time. We'll see you tomorrow. Marty, enjoy Boston. Get some chowder. Oh man, jealous. In Boston, some clam chowder, some lobster. Woo. And if you get a chance, go out to Cape Cod and say hello to the Colonel. We will talk to you soon. All right, everybody, have a great rest of your day.